So, Donald Trump, two-part interview on Bret Baier's program. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly on this one. You know what? We'll start off with the ugly. Trump all but confessed to mishandling these classified documents in this interview. Even lawyers that have come out and defended him were like, what are you doing, man? The entire episode there, again, the excuses, some of the excuses that he came up with was Bret Baier was pushing him. Why didn't you just return these boxes when you were asked for them? Well, he's just too damn busy to look through the boxes. And we all see Donald Trump out playing golf every other bloody day. Another reason why he didn't return the boxes is that he had his clothes in the boxes and golf shirts and pants and shoes. And he had to go through all that and take it out. Bret Baier pushed him on some of the statements that he had made that were recorded. And he gave a completely incoherent answer. Not good. Not good. Again, does this change the fact that this is politically motivated? I believe it's politically motivated. No. But again, it's just plain stupid. That's the ugly. The bad. And this ticked me off to some degree. See how Donald Trump, I can't stand, I hate the juvenile, as you all well know, the juvenile name calling, kindergarten type antics that he loves to engage in. Anybody at all disagrees with him, man, oh man. He'll come after you. I couldn't even, could you even imagine being his wife? They have disagreements in a marriage. I mean, what does he say to Melania when they disagree on something? I don't know. So Bret Baier lists all of these because Donald Trump said, he said time and time again, he said, we're going to have the best and brightest and the greatest people within our administration. And Bret Baier kind of saw that one coming, saw that answer coming and was prepared and listed all of the people that worked in his administration, high-ranking officials, and the various different names that Donald Trump has called them, and the ones that he fired, and he still goes after. I mean, how many times he called Barr a coward during this interview? Again, ugly, doesn't look good. Again, he said that 10-1 for every bad employee that he had 10 good ones. Didn't name any. And again, so some of the recent, people that have come under fire is, Kayleigh McEnany, who's, was one of his most staunchest defenders for an extended period of time. And he's, what do you call her? Milk toast now or something like that. I don't know. He comes up with these things. He happens to be pretty good at them. The good. And again, I'm an equal opportunity basher. He did present the case, pretty good case, as a matter of fact, in regards to foreign policy. And again, I very much a fan of Donald Trump's foreign policy. I remember the barbs that he had thrown at him because he wanted to meet with Kim Jong-un and his travels to China. The fact that, guess what? Donald Trump didn't get us involved in any wars anywhere in his 4 years. Yeah, that's a pretty good start, as a matter of fact. And again, I happen to agree with his foreign policy and the fact that you want to negotiate. You don't want people shooting at one another. And talked about Ukraine and how, I had a good relationship with Vladimir Putin. The Ukrainians were not fans by any stretch of Donald Trump. They actually pushed for Hillary Clinton to win. You got to think about, remember Vindman and all these guys that were involved. They wanted Hillary Clinton to win. They were worried about Donald Trump. Talk about election or interference. I think that's where it was. It was the Ukrainians trying to push Hillary Clinton into office, but neither here nor there. Do I think that Russia would have invaded Ukraine if Donald Trump was president? No. I honestly believe that they wouldn't. And again, all of the nuclear rhetoric that is being bantered about at this point in time is not good. I mean, this is stuff, again, this is stuff from Cold War child that we didn't hear about. I mean, it's pretty bad at this point in time. Do I believe that China would have taken the stance that they're taking right now when it comes to Taiwan? I don't know, but probably not. Would we have at this point in time a much better relationship with Saudi Arabia? Absolutely. One cannot argue. One cannot argue at all. Now, again, I don't agree. I don't call this foreign policy. This is more economic. His stance when it comes to tariffs, I think, is stupid. And he was coming up with numbers that he was bringing in regards to tariffs, and they were not. It wasn't right. It wasn't accurate at all. It was about a $30-40 billion increase in tariffs, and it didn't really do much. And we all know that at this point in time. But when it comes to foreign policy, again, can even you people on the left, do you think the withdrawal from Afghanistan would have been handled like this? Do you think the world looks at, and this again is an important part of being president of the United States, your commander in chief. Do you think anybody out there takes Joe Biden seriously? I would have to imagine that many of these world leaders, obviously they've got intelligence, know who's pulling the strings behind the scene. But I mean, for crying out loud, the guy finished up his speech. What was it, last week there with "God Save the Queen"? Wasn't Joe at her funeral, for crying out loud? What the hell is this guy talking about? Not to mention the little Freudian slips. I'm going to get in trouble going off teleprompter. You're the president. Who puts you in the freaking naughty chair, for crying out loud? You're the commander in chief, but you're going to get in trouble for going off the teleprompter. Anyway, neither here nor there. Second half of the interview going to be tonight on Bret Baier. And yeah, it's interesting to say the least. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.